Ashanti MP who cheated with helicopter crash victim's wife exposed. Ashanti MP who cheated with helicopter crash victim's wife exposed. On the 6th of August 2025 this year, there was a Z9 helicopter, military style, that flew from the capital of Ghana, Accra, at exactly 9:12, having been delayed for over 1 hour because of bad weather. Now the plane finally took off. It carried 8 people on board. And then when it rose into the clouds, weather conditions went bad again. And the pilot decided to fly using both visual and machines or equipment on the plane. The plane crashed. 8 people went down the drain. One of those is the subject of discussion tonight. My brother, my sister, Samuel Aboagye. He was one of the 8 that went down the drain, and many wept. He was the youngest member on board, Samuel Aboagye. He was the Deputy Director General of NADMO, and he was in charge of relief and protocol. He was born, my brother, my sister, in September 1990. The gentleman here was born in Damongo, in the northern region of Ghana. He grew up in the area, learning how to speak Gonja and making a lot of friends in the north. He loved the terrain. He went to school right there in Damongo until his father, who was an agric extension officer, was transferred out of the region. He initially didn't want to leave the region, but he had no choice because his father had to move on. My brother, my sister, born in 1990, only 35 years old. In fact, 1 month before his 35th birthday, the plane crashed and took his life. He left behind a wife and 2 children, both females. Now this gentleman here grew up wanting to do serious business. In 2013, he had the opportunity to fly all the way to Germany to do business, and that opened the door for him for international business. From Germany, he found his way into the United Kingdom, and then he started flying left, right, and center. In 2017, he was spoken to return home from all the journeying so that he could help the nation grow. He came into the country in 2017, and he continued to do business here. In 2020, he decided to run for MPship. He won in 2024, but because of some calculation mistakes, correlation mistakes, he was declared the loser, and the matter is still in court, as we are told. He died without ever being pronounced as an MP. He so much wanted to be one. He had a lovely wife, my brother, my sister, who is based in America presently. Very beautiful and nice. Now, a few months after his departure, this gentleman here has become the subject of a very important discussion. Now, we all remember that when the plane crashed, it was broken into several pieces and it went up in flames. All 8 people who were aboard the helicopter were charred beyond recognition. In other words, bent beyond recognition. And these were the people on board the aeroplane We all remember, just in case you don't remember, Dr. Edward Omani Buama, the Minister of Defense, he went down. Alhaji Dr. Ibrahim Mutala Muhammad, aka a Zion man, he was the Minister for Environment. He went down. Alhaji Muniru Muhammad was the Acting Deputy National Security Coordinator, who was a personal liaison man to the President of Ghana. This is Dr. Samuel Sapon, Vice Chairman of the NDC. Mr. Samuel Aboagye, former parliamentary candidate 2020 and 2024. The only time he was going to be declared winner, coalition errors denied him of that, and the matter is still in court. He never lived to see himself declared winner and therefore becoming an honorable member of parliament. Peter Anala, the pilot, squadron leader, flying officer Maneen Chum Ampedu, and Ernest Ado, sergeant. All these wonderful gentlemen went down the drain. Their bodies were charred, bent beyond recognition, and therefore we needed a DNA to be able to recognize these bodies, as the Muslim community learned that there were 2 Muslims aboard the Z9 military style helicopter, which was manufactured somewhere in 2012, and we got it in 2015. After every 10 years, we were supposed to take it for maintenance. And in May, when it was time to maintain the helicopter, the authorities, the engineers and technicians came to fix it. And when they checked it, they said, oh, it's still in a very good condition. Let us extend the maintenance by another 90 days. And the 90 days from May was supposed to fall on the 18th of August. Before they could come and fix it, the plane crashed on the 6th of August, 12 days before the time. The good news is that there was no technical error on the plane. So it was not a technical problem that brought down the plane. It was purely weather conditions, as told to us via the black box found on the aircraft. My brother, my sister, these 8 people went down the drain. Now, Mr. Samuel Aboagye left behind 2 children. One of them is only 3 years old now. My brother, my sister, with his beautiful wife. We are told that while he was alive, he doubted that he was the father of this beautiful girl, whose identity we would like to keep on the wraps right now, my brother, my sister, for obvious reasons. And this is the beautiful woman that was the wife of this man called Samuel Aboagye. He doubted that the baby was his according to his family. So when he died, it was a good opportunity when the nation started demanding for a DNA to be done. They quickly went for the daughter for the DNA test. According to the family, the lady agreed that she would bring the daughter for the test, but later she reneged and refused to do that. When they chased her up to her house, they realized she had packed and left the whole place, refusing to subject the baby to the DNA test process. So the family now had to fall on the first child of Mr. Samuel Aboagye. That was how they were able to use the DNA test to recognize his child body. And this is the child we are talking about. My brother, my sister, when Mr. Samuel Aboagye died, his wife read a tribute, and that tribute touched everybody. The part that rocked everybody in the country, my brother, my sister, was caught on court cards all over the country. And here we are from the Ghana Report. Until we meet again, I hold on to our love, unbroken by time, untouched by death. You would always be my forever. Samuel Aboagye, my dear husband. And this one came from the wife. And this is the photograph of the wife. Today, the wife is refusing, according to the family, to subject to a DNA test their daughter, so that at least the family will be able to tell that this is our child. It has become a huge issue. The family has run to court. And in court, they are asking the court to force, to compel, that is the legal term, this young lady to bring the baby there for a certain DNA test to be able to prove the paternity of their son's daughter. Oh my God. And as it stands right now, it's a big issue that is being discussed all over the place. For me, from where I stand, it is legitimate. Now, in our country, when it comes to cheating in every relationship, in every marriage, men are those who most of the time are fingered. But when it comes to DNA testing, it's normally women who run away from that. Can I say it again? In every marriage, it is the man who is fingered as the cheater. He is the one who is always cheating. Yet when it comes to DNA testing, it's the women who run away from that. And this is an irony. My brother, my sister, in good times, they enjoy themselves. They have fun. Mr. and Mrs. Aboagye. Today in death, it doesn't look like his soul is resting in peace. His soul wants to be able to tell that this is truly his child. His soul wants to know exactly who fathered this beautiful baby that he called his daughter. And the family wants to uphold this to the end of the whole process. As we speak right now, all the newspapers in Ghana have published this story, and everybody is running a commentary. Look at what Ghana were put up. Family of late Samuel Aboagye drags widow to court over refusal to conduct DNA test on child. Run the story. And it is an interesting story. He said the family of the late Samuel Aboagye, a former deputy director of the National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO, who died in the August 6, 2025 Ghana Armed Forces helicopter crash, has taken his widow, Mrs. Abigail Aboagye, to the Obuasi District Court. Now the court revolves around Mrs. Aboagye's refusal to hand over their 3-year-old child to the family for a DNA test. That's shut away. Now, according to the family head, there was a time Samuel Aboagye suspected that there was a certain MP in the Ashanti region was sleeping with his wife because he had seen his car around their home, and he had been told that in his absence this MP was lurking around their home and lurking around his wife. Some other people gossiped to him that they believed that that MP was sleeping with his wife because they had seen them in obscure places. And some of these gossips are so normal in Ghana. People gossip. They have time for gossip more than they have time for work. But before names could be mentioned, one MP from the Ashanti region has come out to own up to the allegations, and he's fighting the allegations. Who is this MP? My brother, my sister, the family has mentioned the name of the MP in close quarters without bringing it out publicly for fear of court cases and legal issues. But before the name of this MP could be officially mentioned, he has come out, and what is he saying? He went on Facebook and he made it clear. His name is Honorable Vincent Mp Assafuah. Why are people calling and texting me like I am the only Kumasi MP in Ghana? Please, oh, I am just here eating my wache in peace. I don't even own a cotton swab. Why is he talking about the cotton swab? That is what they normally use for the DNA. And he's already saying, it is not me. People have looked at the baby, they have looked at his face, and they believe that they actually look alike, as the family head has alleged. He said, when you look at the baby, and you look at this MP who was lurking around, you know for sure that this is the baby of that MP. Coupled with the fact that the wife is not ready to submit to this DNA test. It looks like the family has a very important nut to crack. Did this MP really have something to do with the wife of Samuel Aboagye? Is it true? If it's not him, then who is it? Did he cheat? Did she cheat? In my opinion, a DNA is so simple. Go ahead and have the DNA if you suspect. And to Abigail, it is an opportunity to even put a lot of honor on your husband, who you say is your forever, and death will never separate you, and that you would love him till the end of time. This is time to bring honor to his name. Or could there be another reason? Come here. Did the two of them agree before the death of Samuel Aboagye that truly it was not his child, but they should just keep it between them? If she goes to court to say this, my brother, my sister, how would the court respond to this? Me and my husband saw the truth that he was incapable of making more babies after the first one. And we had a baby outside our marriage. And we agreed to keep it a secret to ourselves. The man is dead. He wouldn't be able to say, oh, you know what? It's not true. Between a husband and a wife, so many things can happen. But as it stands right now, Abigail is refusing to bring the baby out for a DNA test. And I think that the baby should be protected. If there's so much pressure on her to bring out the baby for any DNA tests, and she is not willing because she knows the skeletons in her cupboard, the baby could be harmed. If she believes that she will be embarrassed and be put into shame, if the DNA is done, the possibility is that the baby could be harmed. Are we putting in place a lot of caution when we are discussing these issues? What was the relationship between husband and wife? Did they have problems in their marriage? Did the man really suspect that this was not his child? Did she tell the man the truth before the man died? And did they decide that they will just keep it between them? Now the family is trying to wake up a sleeping lion. All these things are very possible. Only a DNA test will be able to prove this. And this is the case. Abigail is not ready for that. Can the courts force a DNA test, compel a DNA test? And when the truth finally comes out, what would happen? Are we protecting the baby? This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonemo. And here we speak truth to power. We are interested in the case so much because it just came out from the content of the black box, how the plane crashed. It looks like some of the souls are still not resting in peace even after the news came out about how the plane crashed. And one of those souls is Samuel Aboagye. His soul may only rest if the truth hits him as to who really fathered this beautiful baby. 3-year-old baby is a black pot, aka Kukushonemo. And here we speak truth to power.